If you're young and you know you're gonna make it, then this video found you for a reason. What I'm about to say right now might be the most important money lesson you will hear in your 20s. So here's my 5 ideas that changed how I see money completely. I sorted them in a gradual way, so stick to the end because it's a game changer. Idea 1. Income is not a solution, it's a way. So they told you the more income you get, the richer. Well, let me break that myth. It doesn't necessarily. In fact, some of the most broke people I've ever met were the highest earners. New iPhone, daily Starbucks, designer clothes, but zero savings. Because it's not about what comes in, it's about what stays. Sounds confusing? Well, let me explain starting with this quote. The rich is not defined by high income. Instead, by how many days you will live if you stopped working today. It doesn't matter if you make 10K or 20K a month. If you end up with zero at the end of the month, then you're still living paycheck to paycheck. I remember when I was 17, my cousin got his first big freelance paycheck. It was like $600. For us, that was huge. He said, I'm gonna save half of it. And I was impressed. But 3 days later, he showed up with new shoes, AirPods, and a dinner recipe for a place I didn't even know existed. When I asked him what happened to the saving plan, he laughed and said, I'll start next month. But next month never came. That moment stuck with me because I realized most people don't have an income problem. They have a discipline problem. They're not broke because they earn too little. They're broke because every time money enters their hands, it disappears. It's like filling a bucket full of holes. No matter how fast you pour, it still empties out. That's not building wealth. That's just expensive stress. However, if you have much lower income than that, but you save, budget, and invest, no matter how low your income is, you will eventually have much more money. But how's that? Well, that drives us to the second idea, which is don't work for money. Make money work for you. Sounds too good to be true? It's not. And no, I'm not gonna say go build a company or buy an apartment to rent it out. That's great, but it's future goal. I'm talking now, simple, friendly, and doable assets, not liabilities. And yeah, by the way, the difference, assets put money into your pocket, liabilities take money out of your pocket. Imagine assets as a tiny employee that work 24/7. You buy them once, they don't complain, ask for raises, or get sick. For example, a certain skill you have that you can do easily, YouTube or TikTok video that keeps earning for you, a digital product or Notion template you made, dividend paying stocks, micro selling, which is the trendiest and easiest one right now. And yeah, comment below if you want me to make a video on that. Even something like selling one good digital file, like a resume template or AI prompt sheet, can make you money 100 times over. You build once and you earn forever. Idea 3. Financial education beats academic education. Well, don't get me wrong, academic education is still good. I had it. School teaches you how to get a job, but who teaches you actually how to manage money, how to grow it, or how to escape the rat race? Exactly. That's why financial literacy is the real flex. You can have a master's degree and still be broke. Meanwhile, someone with basic education but solid money skills grows slowly and steadily, and he wins long term. Because money doesn't care about your GPA, it doesn't care if you graduated top of the class. It only respects habits, consistency, patience, and smart decisions. Honestly, school should have How to File Taxes 101 instead of making us calculate the angle of an imaginary triangle named ABC. Idea 4. Focus on skills, not salary. I used to be obsessed over income. Like, how do I earn more? Can I jump to a better paying job? But I ignored my skill tree. And here's the truth. The people who grew the most are the ones who chase skills, not salaries. Take internships or jobs that grow your abilities, even if they don't pay much. Learn marketing, selling, managing. These are the tools that print money. For example, help a content creator or small business grow their Instagram. That skill alone could make you 10x more than any boring safe job. Skills are like compound interest. The earlier you start learning them, the bigger the reward over time. And nobody can take them from you. Not a boss, not a recession, not even AI. Also, some of the best paid people today, they're just really good at things like storytelling, editing, and selling things online. Skills that I probably learned from YouTube tutorials, not university's hall. Lastly and most powerful, idea 5, power of taking risks. This one flipped everything for me. They say most people regret the things they didn't do, rarely the ones they did, even if they failed. Especially in your 20s, you've got nothing to lose and the most valuable assets on earth, which is time. And you got it. You don't have to mortgage. You don't have 3 kids to feed. If there's ever time to bet on yourself, it's now. When messing up just becomes a good story, not a lifelong consequence. People always ask me, but what if I fail? And I say, what if you win? And if you fail, so what? Fail? Rebuild? You're young. Every successful person you admire, they took a risk before they were ready. They launched projects, moved city, learned new skill, started with nothing. Because playing small felt worse. There's a quote says, regret weighs tons, while failure weighs ounces. Take the shot, bet on yourself, your future self will thank you. Even if it doesn't work, guess what? You learn, you adapt, and you try again. That's the game. Because not trying, that's the only guaranteed way to lose. If there's one thing I want you to take from this video, it's this. How far would you go if you knew you couldn't lose? Think about that seriously, because most people aren't held back by their abilities. They're held back by their own fears. You're not too late. You're not underqualified. You're just early in the game. So if you're ready to take control of your financial future, not someday, but starting today, tell me in the comments what changed the way you think about money the most. Because the sooner we start talking about this, the sooner we all level up. So let's go.